So this was a few years ago. My friends and I decided on our spring break that we would go somewhere that was out of the state and somewhere that had a lot of historical value, being that most of us were majoring in history. So the town that we decided to go to was the town of Asheville, North Carolina. So we rented a van, we put everything in, we packed it up, and we headed to Asheville. Now those first 6 days were amazing. We got to see the Biltmore House, the village, all different sorts of beautiful agriculture and historical buildings. It was the best trip you could get for spring break. However, on our last night, we were at a pizzeria and we decided, hey, why don't we finish our trip with a scary location? So we started looking up different places to go to, and the place that we decided upon was Helen's Bridge. Now the story goes that there used to be a woman and a baby that lived near that bridge in a mansion. However, one day the mansion burned down with the baby inside. The mother was so distraught that she decided to hang herself on that bridge. Now the bridge is abandoned. So we decided that we would head over there, and it's a very complicated way to get there. You have to go through many different neighborhoods and many side streets before you finally reach it. And when you do, you go under the bridge, and there's a small gravel spot where you can park. Now the bridge has been abandoned, so there's no way to the top unless you're willing to climb at your own risk. But the first thing that struck me off was the fact that there was only one light in that area. Apart from that one light, everything was pitch black. You couldn't even see 10 feet in front of you. The trees had pretty much covered up the whole night sky, and you were truly alone. And as we're walking up towards the bridge, I noticed that the crickets we were hearing at the van had suddenly ceased. When we finally get to the underside of the bridge, there's no sound. No crickets, no owls, no animals of any kind. Just silence. Now my friends, of course, being silly and stupid, they're trying to scare us. So every now and then someone would scream or grab someone real very quickly in order to scare them. But after sitting there for 10 minutes with no sound, we finally decided we were spooked enough and started heading towards the van. So everyone is walking towards the van, and I decide, hey, why don't I take a picture? So I turn around, pull up my camera, I look into the camera, and I hear something. This sound, like as if it's a rope swinging on something heavy. And it just keeps sounding louder and louder. And the next thing you know, I feel this grip around my neck. And it doesn't feel like a hand. It doesn't feel like someone grabbing me. It felt like material, like a rope, was wrapped around my neck. And it was pulling tighter and tighter on my neck. I turn around and I am trying to scream out to my friends, but I can't get any air out or in. I'm just sitting there strangling on nothing. Then I pass out. When I awake, my friends are shaking me and yelling at me to wake up. As I come to, I can see them all circled around me. Then I look up, and to my horror, I see this black silhouette on the underside of the bridge, swinging back and forth, lifeless. So I point my finger up and I start screaming, and I'm yelling at them to look up. And as they look up, they look back at me in confusion, and they're like, "What are you staring at?" And I'm thinking to myself, are you not seeing this black silhouette swinging from side to side of the bridge? Then I freeze. The silhouette at this point has stopped, and out of the darkness comes 2 red eyes. And I'm not talking about normal red, I mean dark blood red. Staring at me. Staring deep into the very heart of my soul. My friends pick me up, and they start walking me towards the van. I'm constantly looking behind me, hoping that whatever I saw was just an illusion, but those eyes are still there. And as I started walking towards the van, the silhouette turns, its eyes never losing contact with mine. We finally get to the van, and I'm yammering, begging, pleading for these people to see what I'm seeing. But some of them are saying that I'm just trying to scare the group, and others are saying that I must have knocked my head and I'm just seeing things. And as the van is driving away, I look at the bridge, and those eyes are still staring deep into me. And at this point now, I can hear the rope swing again. I can hear that rope swinging inside my mind. It's been 2 years now. I've gone to 3 different therapists. I've taken 6 different types of medication, and yet none of it works. Every week, I have this reoccurring nightmare that I am under the bridge and the silhouette slowly levitates downward towards me, its eyes never losing its contact. And I see this white smile go across the shadow. I know that shadow is not Helen. I know it must be whatever possessed Helen at that point in time. I am truly scared. I cannot sleep anymore. Every night it just gets worse. It's now getting to the point where I can't even tell the difference between reality and imagination. The real question is, will this eventually go away? Or will it be me?